Underneath, we want to drain the coolant out. There's no drain on the radiator, so underneath where the lower radiator hose is, you want to put a drain bucket, and we'll use some hose clamp pliers, loosen up the hose clamp. You want to make sure this is also cold. The engine's cold when you do this. You don't want to do this with hot coolant. Loosen that up. And then just grab the hose, try to rock it back and forth a little bit. And be careful not to splash yourself. If you squeeze this hose clamp far, it will lock in place. So just use some different hose clamp pliers, and you can slide that off. It's a little bit easier. And just let the coolant drain out nice and slow. Take this radiator hose off. We're going to use the hose clamps. Move these hose clamps. If you squeeze them all the way, they kind of lock. Just be careful of your fingers. Oh, sometimes you just have to hold them. Move it down. Slide that off. And then I'm going to pop this one off as well. Slide that off. And then just grab the hose, give it a twist. If you can't twist the hose off, you can get in there with a pick, like a 90-degree pick, and just loosen it up. Now I'll put the hose on, line that up. And tighten down the clamps. Take the clamp, put the clamp over the hose, get the hose on the radiator, and tighten down the clamp. Just snug and just make sure it's not loose. It looks good. Now add your appropriate coolant and level. You want to make sure you put the radiator cap back on, snug it up. Make sure you add fluid over where the reservoir is to the appropriate level. You want to make sure you run the vehicle for about 10 minutes, constantly checking to make sure it's not overheating and looking at the level. You never want to open the radiator cap when it's hot. After it's run about 10 minutes and the engine's warmed, you can shut the vehicle down, let it cool down, and adjust the levels accordingly.